Hey guys, Haz here from Shield Canine, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I start teaching puppies positions. So this here is Wilson. He's a 9-week-old Presa Canario, albeit a little bit of a runt in case you're not familiar with the breed. He's not very big at all. Anyways, we're going to be starting him on his positions: sit, down, and stand. So I'm using his kibble, in case you're wondering what kind of treat I'm using. Just puppy kibble with a little bit of water in it so it goes down nice and smooth. And all I'm going to be doing is luring the dog into positions, marking, and rewarding. So I'm going to get the dog following my hand first, and I'm going to mark and reward, and the reward is just a little bit of kibble from my hand for him following my hand. So you'll see he's pretty focused on my hand because he knows where the kibble is. And you'll notice I kind of move my hand around a little bit. I'm just trying to be interesting, and I'm also trying to get into the puppy's head a little bit that, hey, the reward is in my hand, so follow my hand. The reason why I want this puppy following my hand is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to lure him into the positions. And so you'll see, we'll start with a sit, very easy. You'll notice I pull up, his bite goes down, I mark, he gets the food. For the down, again, pretty easy. I move my hand down and back a little bit. And you'll notice that he slides back into a down. A lot of people make this mistake. Come here, Wilson. Come on. A lot of people make this mistake. They move their hand down. See how the dog walked forward into the down? Right? Again, he doesn't know any better. He's just following the food. But I don't like that. It creates a two-stage down. So when you tell the dog to down, the dog is going to kind of walk forward slowly into down. I prefer the dog to pop back down, pop backwards into a down, if that makes sense. So if you look at the dog's anatomy and structure, you'll see how his body works. He folds backward naturally. So you can see it's a much cleaner down if you lure the dog down and back simultaneously. So when I'm luring this down, what I'm going to do, and by the way, you'll notice that he's looking on the ground for food. I got the food. The second I drop a piece of food, I pick it up. I don't want this puppy getting into the habit of eating food off the ground. I want him focused on me and the food that I have, not sniffing the ground all the time. So you'll notice that for the down, I lure down and back. It's not straight down, it's down and back. So again, watch that. Good boy. And you'll see he just plops right into that down. It's very fast, very clean. And it's about teaching the dog the muscle memory of the position. All right? So this is a great exercise for puppies. You're just teaching them the muscle memory of finding the position. Good boy. Now that's sitting down. Now we're going to get into the stand. That's where it gets a little more complicated. Now I usually start by teaching it with luring. So you'll see again, he's very focused on my hand. All right? He wants to follow my hand, and that's because we have done a little bit of food work prior to just now. And he knows that the good things come from my hand. Now for the stand, all I'm going to do is I'm going to start the puppy in front of me, and I'm going to lure his nose. I'm going to try to touch his nose to his chest. All right? And all I'm going to do is, just as you see here, and you can see he went into a down, right? And that's a common problem a lot of people have. I'm just not going to reward him when he doesn't do what I want him to do. So I'm going to keep my hand up. I'm going to pull him forward a little bit. And you'll see the moment that he pulls it off. Sometimes you can help with your second hand. See that? His back end popped up. The moment his back end popped up, I marked and rewarded. All right? When I teach the stand, I teach my dogs to back into a stand, essentially. And that's because ultimately I'm going to be moving to a moving stand. So, again, for the stand. And you can see he kind of backed into the stand. And again, it takes a little bit of repetition for your puppy to get this. So don't do the same thing over and over again. Sometimes mix it up. And you'll notice that I don't really give him any commands yet. That's because right now it's not about teaching commands. It's about teaching the dog the position. It's about teaching him the muscle movement that's required to hit the positions that I want. So it's 3 positions. It's down, it's sit, and then finally it's stand. You can see he pulled all 3 off there. Now, depending on your puppy and how motivated your puppy is, you might have to do this a bunch of times for your dog to get the muscle memory. Once the dog shows proficiency in the muscle memory, as in he's able to do all three of the things, chip, chip, that you want, chip. Then you can start naming it. Okay, then you can start putting names to the things that you're asking the dog to do. And there's a lot of different roads to Rome, but this is kind of how I start my young puppies. Chip. And it's all just kind of fun and food. He's very young. He's like 8-9 weeks. You can add a little bit of leash pressure if you like. Chip. In fact, for puppies that have lower food drive, I recommend it. Chip. But this is kind of where I start with young puppies. Just the sit, the down, the stand.